In honor of the start of football season, today I am going to show you how to make some buffalo chicken meatballs. So come along and lean in green with me. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizabeth and I am living in the light, documenting my weight loss journey using the Optavia 5-in-1 program. What that means is that I eat 5 fuelings a day that come to me prepackaged in my monthly Optavia box, and then I make one lean and green meal that consists of 5 to 7 ounces of lean protein, 3 servings of a lower carbohydrate vegetable, and can use up to 3 what is called condiments and possibly 1 to 2 healthy fats depending on how much fat is in the protein that you're having for dinner. It can be as simple as a salad or a piece of grilled salmon and some steamed vegetables. Or you can follow a recipe and make an interesting dish. So today's dish is buffalo chicken meatballs. This is just the lean portion of a meal, so you could add this to a salad. You could add this to some steamed vegetables. You could do a raw vegetable tray and eat these meatballs with a great ranch dressing as you're watching a football game. If you have not done so already, would you please hit the like button on this video and hit the subscribe button. That just lets me know that you enjoy the content, that you are supporting me on my journey, and I would really appreciate the likes and the subscribes. So join me as I make buffalo chicken meatballs. I'll put the entire recipe in the description box down below, but let me tell you the ingredients that you are going to need. First, you will need 1.5 pounds of ground turkey. I have the 93% lean, so it's got a little bit of fat in it, and I'm going to use 1.5 of these packages. You'll use 2 tablespoons of egg beaters, or you could use 1 egg if you want to do that. 2 ounces of diced celery, some almond flour, some hot sauce, and garlic powder and onion powder. Let me show you how to put this together. I want to make sure that I get the right amount of meat in this, so I want to make sure that I have 24 ounces, which is 1.5 pounds. That weighs in slightly under 1 pound. Oh no. Kroger Jitney. I'm looking for 1.5 pounds, so 1 pound, 8 ounces. Just a tiny bit more. That puts me right at 1 pound, 8 ounces. I'll probably cook that up and stick it in the freezer to use for another lean and green meal. Let me wash my hands and then I'll show you what else to add to this. To my ground turkey, I am going to add 2 tablespoons of egg beaters. Here's 1. My other one was a little shy, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. I am also going to be adding some diced celery. Let me dice that up. I'm going to cut this, each celery stick. I've already weighed this out, so I know that this is 2 ounces of celery. I'm going to cut it up into smaller little strips. I want to make sure that those pieces are really small so that they soften up well when they cook. I'm going to dump all of that in. I'm also going to put in 1/4 cup of wing sauce. I'm going to use Frank's Red Hot. This is a great hot sauce to use when you're on a weight loss program or Optavia. It has 0 calories, pretty much 0 of everything. Zero fat, zero carbs, zero protein. Not sure what's in here except for a bunch of salt. So that's going in there. And then I'm gonna add in the dry seasoning. The last few ingredients that I need are going to be 2 tablespoons of almond flour. This is going to help to bind, along with the eggs, the meatballs together. And then I need a half of a teaspoon each of onion powder and garlic powder. My rings are off, so I'm going to get these mixed up and I'll show you what that looks like. My oven is preheating to 350. My hands are clean, my rings are off, and I'm just going to mix until everything is really well combined. Again, my oven is preheating to 350. This is enough for 4 servings, and I am not really sure how many meatballs this is actually going to make. The recipe says 12. But I'm going to use this small scoop, and I'm gonna see how many meatballs I get out of it and then just divide that by 4. Okay, everything looks really well combined here. I'm gonna wash my hands and then I'll come right back. First of all, in a what I eat in a day video that I did the other day, there, if you looked out the window and I marked it, there was actually a family of turkey that came walking past the windows behind me. It was near the beginning of that video. Well, as I was just doing the last segment, I saw something move past the window and I went to look, and there is an owl on the ground in front of my house. I'm going to put a picture right here. Okay, hope you enjoyed that nature. I'm going to just start scooping out little scoops of the turkey, get this all scooped out, and then I'll show you how I roll it up into balls without getting all of the meat stuck to my hands, and I'll show you that in just a minute. The best way to roll meatballs is to make your hands wet. So I got a little bowl of water, and I'm just with wet hands, I am going to roll these up into balls. By the way, I have 40 meatballs, which means I can have 10 of these for 1 serving of leaner protein. And it has 2.5 condiments in it, so I could add another condiment, or I could, to my green, whatever I'm going to do for a green, or I could just do some raw veggie sticks and use that as my green. I could make a little bit of a salad and use a half of a condiment, which would be 1 tablespoon of Walden Farms if I wanted to do that. I'm not quite sure what I will do as my green here, but if you watched my earlier video this week where I showed you how to make homemade ranch dressing, 2 tablespoons of that ranch dressing counts as a healthy fat. And so I will be using those 2 tablespoons of homemade ranch to dip these in when I use this as my lean protein. Since I'm making these smaller than the recipe calls for, which asks for them, if you do these as 12 meatballs, it's 30 minutes at 350. I'm going to put these in for probably 15 minutes and see how they look, and then I will check back. I'll show you what they look like after they cook. Okay, so as I told you before, this is 4 servings. I have 40 meatballs, so 10 of these little meatballs are going to equal 1 serving, and that works out to 1 leaner and 1, 2 condiments, and then you can count the celery either as a healthy snack or as a quarter of a green. I probably would count it as a healthy snack so that I could still have 1 condiment, my 3 greens, and 1 healthy fat, which is going to be 2 tablespoons of that homemade ranch that I showed you how to make in an earlier video. I hope that you will try out these buffalo meatballs and let me know if you do in the comments below. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that. Show me some support. I would be so pleased if you would do that. And until next time, live in the light.